Welcome back, everyone. And it's been a nice 6 weeks since I've done anything, probably even 2 months, I'm not sure, because of final exams and projects and stuff like that. So, and I went on vacation. So now that I'm back, I have here a 46. So, I'm going to open it up. And customer states it worked for a bit, then it didn't work anymore. So we're going to see what's going on. To see, I have a couple theories based on my conversations with the gentleman. That's some interesting packaging. This little bit here is the 46 CPU. Apparently when it arrived, the CPU flew out of the socket and then was banged around all over the case, bending all the pins. Pins are all still there, so I'm not worried about it. These things are pretty durable. Alright, I'm going to take this box out of here. Keep it, because if I'm able to fix this, it'll be going out in that same box. Well, it's a little bit different from how I would package it, but that does seem fairly sturdy. I like to reuse this, but the way it's taped, I don't know. Yeah, right. Starting to see the computer here. There it is. What I'll do, I think, is just like slit it here. Slide it out of this nest here. That's not really going to want to get out of there for some reason. I don't have time for this. Oh, well, right off the bat, I can see FedEx threw the stuff around, but it shouldn't be too bad. These are just... Okay, it's just loose in there. Alright, that's fine. I think he was trying to fix it. So that's the boot disk for it. Okay, I remember this machine. Bunch of dirt in there. Okay, I'll worry about that stuff later. The primary cause for concern is the fact that it doesn't even turn on. So it turns on, I guess, but let's plug it in and see what even happens here. All right, so video's in. We just need a keyboard now. That's on. Very good. Let's move the monitor over, or move it to the monitor, I suppose. What do we got here for keyboards? Oh, there it is. That's not it. We'll use this Epson here. And of course, I can't put this L bracketed thing in there. Good. All right, we're off to a great start. I need an AT keyboard. Alright, nuts to that. I'm just going to use this PS2 keyboard through an adapter, because I know where those are. There's some homebrew ones here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, well, let's see if it blows up or whatever it does. Well, the hard drive turns on. I'm getting no video. Front panel indicators work. CD-ROM opens. Okay, nothing. So let's pop it open and see what we see inside. And see as to why this is behaving this way. Just the one screw. Any screws underneath here? No, just the one. Yes, all right. Okay. Well, cards are not in the socket, so that's a start. Okay. There's some RAM in there. Good. Okay. Let's put this postcard in and see what we get. Nothing. I'm getting line. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to torture the hard drive, so I'm just going to unplug that. And let's start taking out the cards. See if that made any difference. Leave the video card in there for now. Yeah, nothing. What do we got for... It smells like something burnt in here. We are getting... Not iReady is not on. Reset is working. +5. Okay, so all the voltage rails are working. Maybe the video card? That's weird. Longer type dip RAM like that. I wouldn't even know where to look for it. Okay, packaging material in there. Very good. All right. Once more. No, those lines all across. All right. Okay, yeah, the CPU was put in correctly. So let's try it without the CPU. That's just the CPU cooler. Weird. All right. So I marked it for the guy there. Arrow here. This is pin 1. Don't put that in backwards. The motherboard will be destroyed. All right, well, let's get the board out of here. We'll have a closer look at this. Ah, somebody's talking to me here. Okay. He's talking about the packaging. Well, you guys can see it, right? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't badly packaged. Just I wouldn't have packaged it that way, but it was very solid. So, yeah, that's good. It doesn't smell like... It smells like a cap exploded or like resin got hot or something like that. So it's not the end of the world. Where did I put the CMOS battery on these things? Okay, over there. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Don't know why there's a piece of tape here on that. There's a... What is this? There's a... What is that? Oh, it's in the power supply now. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Also, hello, single and only commentator. Yeah, my computer's off to the side, my streaming rig, so I'm not really super paying attention to it. All right, let's see if we can set this up on perhaps this piece of cardboard here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's on. And I don't know, let's reseat the RAM. I don't even remember how much is in here. Oh, 60 nanosecond and 70. Okay, there's 8 megs and another one. So we'll have to try to run it off one. See if that does anything. And I'm going to get a video card that I know works in my ISA pile here. No, I don't want to mess around with that. That's a 2 meg Mach 32 ISA. Not putting that in there. So network card. That's an... Oh, okay. Seng 4000. No, I don't want to risk it. Where's my 40 or 8900D? That's an EGA video card. Is this it? Yeah. All right. We'll go with this. Oh, I guess you're the owner of the computer. All right, cool. No, I'm not complaining about the packaging. It's like this thing wasn't moving around. Wrapped. That was good. Just seemed a bit inefficient, but did the job. That's fine. I'm not criticizing it in terms of its ability to protect the computer itself. So let's have a look at what we're gonna do here with this. Okay, cool. Now keyboard back in. And postcard reader, metal's not touching anything. CPU fan is in. Any visible, obvious damage to this thing? Like, did a tantalum blow or something weird like that? Maybe I should measure the voltages just to be sure. Where's my gauge? Before I put any, because this is an ATX power supply. Not that it matters. They're all the same in terms of power output. That hasn't changed. Where's my multimeter? Okay, I just had it out. Oh my goodness, I have like dumbass. Okay, it's a bit of an older unit, but should do the job well. And we'll measure it from here. All right, let's get the power going. Still, we got nothing on the pulse meter. I think this board has just had it. All right, so it has to go here. All right. So we got 12.4, which is good, and just under 5. Yeah, this power supply is good. Okay, so it's not a power supply issue. There's no video. Are there any even keyboard? Does the keyboard light up when I put it on initially? It does. Okay, so that is weird. My only other thought is one of the cache chips went bad. But it's getting, the postcode is getting nothing at all. Like, usually that is so weird. How did this die? I mean, it is like 30 years old. It probably just could be old age and bad timing, but... Have another look at this here. 15th week of 1994. Yeah, this is almost 30 years old. I haven't seen any shorts. Smells okay. All right, well, let's pop out the cache chips. Just got to remember these are kind of off a bit in terms of there's 2 pins in the dip that aren't used, and that's where pin 1 is, which is really kind of a strange arrangement. I may use several different types of cache chips. "15 nanoseconds. That was a pretty quick cache chips." I mean, this is probably a mid to late 486 board. Remember, they did come with PCI. My first 486 did actually have a PCI bus on it, and yeah, there was a 4 meg ATI. What was it? Mach 64, I think, is what I was using on it. It was a bit overkill. It was a DX2 100. I remember it being quite a good machine. That was an upgrade from a 386 DX16, so it was quite the upgrade. I remember initially being a teenager, I couldn't afford a good-sized hard drive, so I think for like the first couple, maybe month or something, the 46 actually had a 42 meg hard drive in it, which was just, I was playing diskette swap all the time. All right. Poor board indeed, yes. Oh man, there's probably there's on YouTube I watch these like abandoned stuff channels. Like people going in, well, I see like POSs all the time. I'm like, that's probably like a 46 in there. I would totally grab it. I don't care. Okay. So no cash. No cash. Let's try that first. So black to black. Otherwise, smoke comes out of the board. All right. Good thing about this extension is it's nice and long. Okay, it's not grounding anywhere. All right, here we go. Nothing. The postcard reader shows line, which means nothing at all is happening. I'm going to pull up on the BIOS chip. Maybe it could be that. Try to start it without it. Should be the same thing, yeah, same result. I mean, even without RAM, it would still show something up. But, just for completion's sake, where's my RAM? I'm going to grab some RAM. IO shield, AGP, IO headers. Where's my box of memories? Don't know where it is. Excusez-moi. I should be a bit better organized than this. Oh, here's an error. I know this works. This one came straight out of one of those compact built-in one-piece things that also doesn't work. I think the power supply on that one's fried. So let's try with a 4 meg sim in slot 1. All right, and it goes, and no, nothing. Oh wow, actually, I just noticed something. The VLB bus, or the video card is like cracked. There's a piece like fractured in there. I wonder if the pins are touching in there. It looks, I mean, they're all like that. What the hell? Like, what did they like launch this down the stairs or something? God damn. Well, the case itself seems fine. Oh yeah, actually, on that physical files, I just got back from Korea, and I got these 3 drives from a little small computer store. Samsung 1.6 gig. It is missing one of the power pins, which I'm sure that's why it ended up in the junk file. And I think this is a Samsung 4.3 gig. And this last one, I think it was a Hitachi of some sort. This is a 9.1 gigs Seagate. So at one point, this is beyond the scope of this video, but I'm gonna just do a quick let's plug these into a computer and see what's on them and if they even work, and then format them and use them. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna go and wager that this board is just done. So. Yeah, I got some computers like that too. People just store them for decades, and then unfortunately what happens is the battery here, the barrel battery, kind of leaks and breaks and just destroys it, which is it's just too bad because this one has no trace. I'm going to fire up the soldering iron actually because I need to solder a battery onto this one. Or do I? That is strange. There's no provisions for a battery. In any case, yeah, I don't know. Is this board bent or something? It looks okay. Like this might end up in my fix it later when I buy an oscilloscope pile of things, and it's worth my time to do it. Right now, I can still get these. I wouldn't say easily, but it's not without too much trouble. I would probably start by finding out where is a +5 on here and ground, and trying to. Oh, that's weird. With a burn mark? No. And trying just whichever one of these ISA boards has. Well, they all have 5-volt rails and 12-volt rails. So yeah, let's start with that. I don't really see anything except those. Maybe you can see them there, but the VLB is cracked here, and here, all three. And it's cracked badly enough that this one would misalign the pin. What kind of board is this anyways? MS4131. What's this one? UM4980. Okay. Well, first, let's just put this in there and see what it does. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Where was I able to do that? Oh, right. In my middle school, when I was working on computers when I was like 13, the principal bought a whole skid of them, 4 skids of computers. There was like 80 of them or something like that. It was a lot of computers, like XTs. The best one was like a 46SX. Keep in mind, this is like 1995. And I kept getting in trouble at school. Surprise, surprise. And he's like, look, you're obviously not a dumbass. Instead of, going through the trouble of, going through detentions and stuff like that, go and fix these computers. And I actually managed to get, over the course of several months, most of them working. And then we distributed them all to my to the teachers. And of course, the teachers I liked got the 386s. And I purposefully gimped, and I made a horrible XT computer with all the slowest possible components and CGA. I gave that to the music teacher because I hated him. And also, he threw my friend across the room and into the bleachers. That was a talk of 1995 then. So, kind of my revenge on him. All right, new motherboard, black to black. Got a video card. Got a postcard reader. Voltage is fine, so it's not the power supply. That's the old one coming up. All right, immediately my card comes to life, and we got something on the screen. Okay, so there we go. It's booting. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing is set up. It doesn't even have a CPU cooler, which I'm just going to reuse from here. Okay, so pin 1 is in that corner. Put this in any old way. And, okay. This board is actually a little bit newer than that one. It actually will allow you, via this voltage regulator here, which I have to show you actually. Here we go. Via this voltage regulator, that you can set your voltage. So you can use, I think it was, 3 volts, 3.3, 3.45, and 4 volt chips. So that's always good. So this board will do a DX4. And I'll worry about all that later. Let me just make sure that. So this is, where's the battery for this thing? Oh, it's an external type, I think. Yeah. Yes, I would have to then solder up an external battery. Okay, then. Which is fine, but I have to go find one and make one out of something here, unless I have one here. Because these batteries are decent, but they're internal lithium-ion batteries, so they will need to be charged. They do not hold a charge for long. Oh, here's one. That's completely dead. I should just throw it out. So I need to get a beefy clock battery. So unfortunately, my electronics store closed down. I went down the other day that thing saved me so many times getting little, what is it called? Getting little capacitors and stuff like that last minute. And I went there yesterday or a few days ago, and yeah, we're closed. We moved to Durham, which is like, I don't even know, like 100 kilometers from here, even more than that. It's like, thanks. Oh, she's retiring, I guess. Resignation. I might be starting a new job. Maybe we'll see. I get a wish her luck. Or is she moving on to something else? She is supposed to leave next Wednesday. I guess that's this Wednesday coming up. My mom retired like so long ago. Okay, so let's. That is so weird. I'd have to look this up. I don't want to put this in the computer just yet because if there's a way to put in an internal battery, I'd rather do that. If not, external it is. Oh, and I got cut. And am I bleeding? I am bleeding. Yes, the motherboard got me. Also, this pin header, I don't. Oh, it's all written down here. Okay, whatever. That's secondary stuff. Just I got to keep an eye on the time because my dad will be here in about probably half an hour. Help me get my cellar car out of storage, which is a shed in my backyard. And it's a two-person operation, so I wanted to make sure that all the actual components worked. You plug in the original hard drive, and should just have it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make doubly sure that is pin 1. It sure is. It's got the larger notch. You know what? I'm gonna take this off. I'm triply sure. Yeah, okay. Because if you put this in backwards, you will likely fry the motherboard and not the CPU. So yeah, let's put that in there. Plop it in. See what my guest is saying. Oh, I just thought there's a retirement, or she's leaving work. Okay. Well, good luck with her future endeavors. Perfect. Okay. And we go, close the latch. We have to take this video card out. And plug this one in. And put this sound card in. And plug it in. Or not in. Yeah, plug it into the speakers. Are we on? Are the speakers on? Okay, they are now. So let's have a look at. Let's have a look at. Bloody hell, where's the speaker output? So I can actually plug them in. It's a bit of a mess here. I'm working on 4 projects at once. Okay, sound out. Okay, we plug the hard drive back into its power, and get some power to the hard drive. Okay, that's in. Nothing's touching the ground here. I think this has Windows. Yeah, so we need a nice little serial mouse here. We got one of those. Okay, let us do. Yeah, just double check everything before I turn it on. Black to black. CPU's incorrectly. There we go. I'm getting some action here. Yep, it's finding the floppy drives. We have to. How much RAM is in this thing? Let's do an auto adjust. Auto adjust is locked. Don't know why. Okay. Let's go into the setup. Yeah, so definitely it needs a battery, or else it won't hold any of this information. Yeah, it thinks it's January 1st, 1988. I think I'd want to go back to 88. Oh, it was like 6 back then, I think. Yeah. Auto configuration is enabled. We'll play with that later. Doesn't really make a difference right now. 1.44, 1.2 meg. Keyboard is installed. Save values to CMOS. And exit the CMOS. And let's see if all the other stuff does also work, such as the CD-ROM. And my postcard is showing everything. It's looking now for the Bootstrap 8280. Should be completed now. There we go. Starting MS-DOS. Found the CD-ROM. I think this diskette is a transport. Yes, it's a transport diskette. To keep the heads from crashing. But I do have a non-transport diskette. Of course, I put it down somewhere, and now I don't know where it is. Just wanted to make sure everything works. The boot disk is A. Okay, we got that working. Yep, we can see the A drive. So now I'm going to check the B drive. But. And I should also get a CD-ROM now. Let me go get a CD-ROM. I'll put SimCity in there. Oops. Oh, I think I know. Abort that. Fail. D. EIR. Okay, so SimCity Classic is working. Let's see if all the games. CD games. What was? Oh, that's okay. I go back to the C drive. CD games. EIR. I love it. Just cuts off this one part. Like, so why are you doing that for? I can't see anything. Okay, rotate. What do we want to do? H position and V position. Yes. This? No. Okay. These are just really hard to use. This one. No. Auto adjustment locked. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's just missing a column. The good news is, so far everything's working. Now we just have to see if the sound works. Doom, I think, has. No, it doesn't have Doom. What's VI? I can't see the friggin'. No, I need to figure this out. Okay, let's get. Okay, well, yeah, and then that turns it off. So. How are these all locked? Why are they locked? Who locked them? Okay, I'm gonna say Ulti-Doom, I think that's what it is. Yes, it is. Good. Alright, I think it's just Doom. Alright, let's see how this works. Alright, now do we have any sound? Yes, usually I do that to see if the cards are, are seated correctly. It doesn't really harm the cards. I've never blown a card like that, but... Oh, I can hear stuff. Alright, let's try Wolf 3D. I don't have Wolf 3D on here. You know what? Windows this, and then I can see the directory better. Oh, wow. Well, we're off to a good start. That's like over there. Auto adjustment lock. Get out of here. All right. What do we got here? File manager. Oh, here's my... There we go. There's my tester disk. So we'll do the B drive next. Actually, since we're in the file manager, we can do it now. Okay. Cool. All right, so works. So actually, the computer made it. Save for the motherboard. Hooray. Okay, which, like I said, I'm going to look at it a little bit more closely. Just I don't have the time right now. I'm curious to see what the hell failed in it. Right. Let's make sure that's... What have we got here? Games. Can I see that properly? It's probably hard to see there. Ultimate do. I don't have a little 3D on here. Okay. Doom 2 Extended. Yeah, that'd be a good test. This is a great game. You guys should check this out. It's Doom 2, but extended. Unable to play sound. The ad lib is used by another application. Alright, so that's fine. I have to leave here. Alright, let's get... That's a Control-Alt-Delete, not a blue screen. And auto, what is it doing? Okay, I want to leave Windows now. Oh, okay, so I don't remember how to run Task Manager on here. I think you just run it. Run Taskman. Nice, okay. Do next end task. Well, oh, okay, there we go. So let's exit the game. Well, the mouse works, so that's good. Alright. Well, the Windows sounds work, so that's good. CD Dune... Is it XT? Dune XT or Dune X? Here, the Startup Star. Dune 2 XT, okay. And Dune X, I think. Yes. I can hear some sound. So we got music, and we have FM synth recording, and the guys are talking, which is good. All right. Am I the mercenary? I am the mercenary. I don't remember anymore. What are these guys doing in my base? Get out of here with that. In any case, it works. So, yes. And the game always does this. It never actually exits into the DOS properly, so that's not a fault of the computer. Let quick Control-Alt-Delete and fix that. So, yes, this is the, I suppose, solution for the time being. We've got everything working, so I guess my next task will be to get an external battery fitted, and that way it can actually retain its knowledge. Yeah, I could do that too. I checked the voltage from the power supply, but not on the board itself. That was what I mentioned earlier. I will find out where the 5-volt comes out on this pinout, and where they come out in the ISA slots. This board does have a diagram online, so it does have. Plus, I mean, ISA slots are standard. I can figure all that out later. This was just a basic, like, let's see what we can do with this right off the bat. And yeah, no burnt traces. It did have that faint odor of something burned on it, but I can't really see what. Those, even the pins on the back of the ZIF socket are like, they're kind of, some of them are like leaning over, but they're not touching any other pins or rails or anything like that, so get the same situation happening here. Either way, yeah, some of them are really bent. Like, what happened here? They might be making contact in a couple places. And it's not like the board isn't warped or anything. Sometimes that does happen. It's a pretty straight board. Yeah, it's for the time being, it's probably going to go in my pile of investigate this later, but because I've had some boards with burnt traces that I partially brought back to life, and then I need a scope to do the rest. So there's something there. What's that? Yeah, there's like scratch marks on these traces here. I'd have to do a continuity test to make sure that each of these, I'm sure you guys can see this beautiful on my 720p resolution camera. It doesn't look like any of them are broken. Maybe under this piece of tape, which is here for I don't even know what reason. Yeah, no, nothing damaged under there. I have really no idea why that tape is there. But anyways, yeah, so this is going to require some more in-depth troubleshooting. But for the time being, at least it's been reconstituted into a 46 DX2 66. So quantum hard drives, this one is a Connor, which is, well, surprising. But it is working. There's no clackety clacks. It's a 250 meg, something like that. But yeah, the quantum drives, they work very well until they just don't, and they will just suddenly stop working. I have actually not one, but two Bigfoots. So for comparison purposes, where are those Korean hard drives? They are quite a bit bigger than your regular hard drive. 5.25. 5.25. And I know they work. One is out of my. One was out of I can't remember. There was a K6 I have online. It's out of that one, and the other one is out of. I think it's my PS1000. 4 gig. Okay, so I tested one of them. I don't like these. They are not reliable, and they're slow. 3,600 RPM. So, I mean, I'll use them in a pinch, but I usually like to stick to the tried and tested 5.25 variants. All right, it is nearing 11:30. My dad will be here at any minute to help me get my car out. So, with that being said, welcome for tuning in. I had 2 commenters here this time, so that was cool. So, I think the next episode will be nothing to do with this. It will be I'll be doing this. I have a electronic scooter, e-scooter, something broken here, and I'm gonna fix it and testing and all that. I was preparing for that, but this came in. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So yeah, that'll be the next episode, and then after that, maybe I'll just do a part 2 where I put all this together, and yeah, just make sure that everything, just do a proper 24-hour burn-in test, that kind of stuff. So yes, thank you for joining, and I will see you all on the next one. Au revoir.